can use the multiplication table to solve this problem. I mean, I'm just saying. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, today we're here to remind these fortunate, lovely students of the steps they are going to use every time they divide with the two-digit divisor. Why? Because I'm a miracle worker, as one of my students told me, because now she can divide. Now she can divide. Mayar, what was the first thing you did when you saw you had the problem 810 divided by 30?
I wrote down
Multiples of 30. Good. So if I do 1 times 30, 2 times 30, 3 times 30, and many of you aren't doing this in your journal, so that when we have to do something like this again, and you don't have that to refer to, then you're possible of making the same mistakes, which would be tragic, which nobody wants to make that tragic mistake. So I'm going to show you how you can use your multiplication chart on this. If I flipped over to my multiplication chart and I looked at my row that started with 3, well, 1 times 3 is 3, 2 times 3 is 6, 3 times 3 is 9, 4 times 3 is 12, 5 times 3 is 15, 6 times 3 is 18, 7 times 3 is 21, 8 times 3 is 24, 9 times 3 is 27, but I'm not multiplying by 3, I'm multiplying by 30, so I just have to add 0 here, because really what I'm doing is I'm multiplying first by 3 and then by 10. First by 3 and then by 10. And I made all of these problems, all 3 of the ones that I had written down, where it was real easy if you wanted to do it using your multiplication table. Listing the multiples was easy. So now I did have a couple people say, okay, what do I do next? And they had the multiples down so I could help them. Marilyn.
Yes.
Let me ask you a question, Marilyn. Does 30 go into 8?
No.
No. Marilyn, does 30 go into 81?
Yes.
Yes, so I go over here and I look at my multiples of 30 and I want to get as close to 30 as I can get without going over 30. So where am I, Marilyn, as close to 30 as I can get without going over 30? 2 times 30, because that's 60. Can't I get closer? No, because 3 times 30 is 90. So I need to have 2 as my numerator there. I do, and then I use my multiples over here, and since I put 2 there, I know 2 times 30 is 60. I'm going into 81. That's why my 2 should be directly above the 1. The 2 should be directly above the 1 because I'm going into 81. So then I do this cool subtraction thing, and so I'm subtracting 81, subtract 60, and Ian, what do I get when I subtract 60 from 81? 21. So 2 remainder 21, right, Victoria? Huh? Good. No, not quite correct, Mr. McMurdo. You're not done. If you have a number in your quotient above the 1, you also have to have a number in your quotient above the 0. So now as Honeylith just texted me, just a second, let me read what you said, Honey. Okay. You'd need to move down the 0.
Oh, yes.
because I got to bring that down, because the only way I'm going to have a number above the 0 is if I bring that 0 down. So then, Caroline, I look at my list. Hey, she waved. Say hi, Caroline. She waved. So now, I look at my list, Caroline. I want to get as close to 210 as I can get on my multiples without going over. And what is it that I should have there?
I put
7. Because 30 times 7 is 210. So then I have, find the difference between 210 and 210. And Jabril, what is 210? Subtract 210? 0. Okay, so I have 27. I don't have anything else to bring down. So my final answer is 27. No remainder because I have nothing else to bring down, and it's subtracted and equaled 0. Lillian.
You aren't done yet because you also need to check your work.
Awesome. Awesome, yeah, because Lillian just texted me and she said, you're not done with, and you need to check your work. So I'm going to check my work, and I multiply my quotient, which is my answer, times my divisor, which is the number I'm dividing into my dividend. So 27 times 30. Now, remember before we multiplied here when we listed these, we broke it apart. We multiplied 3 times 1, 3 times 2, and then 3 times 10, because 3 times 10 is 30. We're basically doing the same thing here. If I go 27 times 10, I'm just basically bringing this 0 down here. Or 27 times 0 ones. Well, 27 times 0 ones is 0 ones. So then I do 27 times 3. Well, 3 times 7 is 21. 3 times 2 is 6 plus 2 is 8. And since this and this match, that means I have the correct answer, unless I did both parts of this wrong, which hopefully that'd be crazy. If I did that right, Matthew, crazy. Crazy. So remember, when dividing, now I made them easy, but I mean, you might have a number like 67. So you have to figure out what is 67 times 1, and then plus 67 more, and then plus 67 more. I mean, y'all can do that. So I made these easy, just so we can practice the process. So let's do it right.
Yes.
Now, if you want to see the answers to the other 2 problems that were on the board, I will do one of them in my 2nd class and one of them in my 3rd class. How fun, Mr. McMurdo! You're so cool! You care about us! So if you want to see if you got the other 2 problems done correctly,
Watch that at home.
then watch it at home. If you didn't finish this problem, now's the time. Now is the time. Boom, shakalaka, peace out, God bless, love you, do something kind today. Save the bees and subscribe.